mean, they had the testimony of Sammy Ramirez, a high up, supposedly high up Nuestra Familia gang member who, supervised the Norteño street gangs. And he provided this theory of the prosecution, which was that there is a green light on the mob gang, and that in order to get that green light lifted, they had to commit crimes, specifically the murder of Sureños.
Sure, how he was tied to their creation. He himself testified that his business partner was Javier Garcia, who was, the evidence showed, a shot caller, a leader of this mob gang.
Nosotros fumamos, chingamos, hackeamos, peleamos, cuetamos, aquí estamos y no los vamos, rifamos todo. ¡Chao!
I'ma handle my business. I'ma handle my business. God's my witness. I'ma handle my business. God's my witness. I'ma handle my business. I want them dead, 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 dead. I'ma handle my business. I'ma handle my business. God's my witness. I'ma handle my business. God's my witness. I'ma handle my business. I want them dead, 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 dead. I'ma handle my business. I'ma handle my business. God's my witness. I'ma handle my business. God's my witness. I'ma handle my business. I want them dead, 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 dead.
I want to welcome you to Gangster Music and Dirty Politics. Now, today I'm hitting you guys with a more up close and personal. You know what I'm saying? There's a situation, an event in my life that wasn't really that it was traumatizing money. It was just like a different level of like just levels money. You know what I'm saying? As far as personally money, spiritually money, like where you stand as a man, G. Like this is one of them things. Yeah, in the hood we do this, we do that, but it's way different when people come into your house with guns, money. When people have a gun to your sister's head, money. When your niece is about to fucking drown and these motherfuckers do not give a fuck. It's like, at that point, money, by all means necessary, you have to do whatever you have to do as a man. And there's only two things that a man's gonna do, money. He's either gonna fight, flight, or cry, money, shut down, you feel me? And this is one of them things, money, where a lot of these things took place, you know what I'm saying? And it was just one of them days for these dudes who were running in people's houses. It was just a bad day at work for them. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you fuck with people that don't fuck around. You know what I'm saying? You fuck with people that got nothing to lose, money. You know what I'm saying? When it just comes to this life, you know what I'm saying? And these kind of people are the kind of people that you're going to have nightmares of, money. You know what I'm saying? For the rest of your life, you're going to have to really think about what you're doing and who you're doing it to, because you never know when you're going to run into me or someone like me. You feel me? It's just the way it is. And like I always tell everybody, money, a lot of things in this life that's happened to me, regardless of who's done anything to me, money, they only did it and it only happened and it only happened because I let it happen, money. You know what I'm saying? Everybody bleeds, money. Everybody can go. You feel me? It ain't hard to get rid of people, money. The thing about it, like I said, my boy, sometimes you got to take responsibility for consequences, repercussions that you do sometimes. You can't always be, the main dog, money. Sometimes you gotta, accept your place and know you fucked up. As soon as you have things coming, you know what I'm saying? But ain't nobody ever done anything to me, homie, unless I let them do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I could easily go and snatch somebody up. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fucking known fact. You know what I'm saying? The only ones that don't know that is these wannabe, weenie ass motherfuckers that got shit to say, that don't really know the streets, don't really know what's happening. They just jumping on the bandwagon and saying dumbass shit and think they're cool. You know what I'm saying? When really they don't know shit about nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, money, people want to sit here, judgment, got something to say, but they wouldn't do the things that I do, money. So I'm going to hit you guys with this story, money. You know what I'm saying? This is in 2005, my boy. There was a home invasion that happened, my boy. The apartment's right next to me, homie. I'm going to give you the rundown on, what happened before it happened. You know what I'm saying? The apartment's next to me, money. I guess the landscaper there, I know the money because I go back and forth and I smoke my weed. Now, keep in mind, I live in the Sureño neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And these vatos know me there, and I'm going to give you a rundown on some situations that happened over there in that neighborhood with cats from Sunnyvale and with cats from Mountain View. You know what I'm saying? That I had beef with, you know what I'm saying? But it was nothing big. It was no small, minor shit. You feel me? But something else had happened, money. These vatos, homie, were given directives to run up in the Southsider's house, apartment, money, which was my apartment. They told these dudes that I was a motherfucking Southsider, money, not those words. You know what I'm saying? I had these dudes thinking that they were running into, you know, a Sureño's motherfucking spot, money. You know what I'm saying? So these dudes, money, they parked in the next apartments over, and I only knew that they parked there and were watching my apartment because, like I said, I know the landscaper there. You feel me? Some paisa vatos that I fuck with that smokes weed, and I was shooting a little bit of bud here and there. You feel me? So he watched these dudes, money, but he didn't know they were watching my apartment. So what they were doing was they were waiting for me to leave, money. Pussies. You feel me? So as soon as I walk out my apartment, money, I go downstairs, right next to the apartment where I did that was my lady's apartment. You feel me? And I went to her apartment to go wake her up, money, and see what's up. And she got mad and she didn't want to be up yet and all that type of shit. So I ignored her and went to the laundry room where I had sheets and my blankets washing, money. So I go get my blankets and my sheets and get all my shit, you feel me, do what I got to do, whatnot. And instead of going the same way up to my apartment, there was more than one way to get to my apartment. So I went up the opposite way and I went into my apartment. Now, keep in mind, the apartment I'm in is a 2-bedroom apartment. And in one of the rooms, my sister's living in there with her old man and her 2 kids. One of her kids is 3 months, the other one's like a little bit over a year. Anyhow, my boy, that's who's there, you know, at the house with me, money. So Jose, which is my sister's old man, her baby daddy, he seen me when I left. I guess he didn't see when I got back home, because when I came home, I usually put my stereo on, play beats and whatnot, while I'm fixing my bed and cleaning up my room. He didn't see when I got there, and I didn't put the radio on, so he didn't even know I was there, money. You feel me? These vatos are watching the apartment. They think that I left. So they waited for a little bit before they went. So I had time to go from her apartment to the little laundry room, grab my shit, come back up this way while they pulled up to the side, jumped out the car, left the keys in their car ready to go, and then walked to my apartment thinking they were going to do, you know, an in and out type of shit. They didn't know what they were getting themselves into. So these vatos fucking, you know, they get upstairs, money, they get upstairs. Jose don't know that I came into the apartment. So I guess what happens is he hears knocking, automatically assumes it's me coming back up to the apartment, and pops the door open. When he pops the door open, there's 2 dudes standing there. Before he gets to say anything, the tall dude smacks him with a 45 across his motherfucking melon. You know what I'm saying? This cat hits the floor. When he hits the floor, he's so scared for his life, he passes out. You know what I'm saying? Well, they knocked him out with the gun, basically. You feel me? Then at this point, money, I'm still in my room fixing my bed, money, and then I start hearing, "Get the fuck down, bitch. Get the fuck down." And then you can hear the girl saying, you know, my baby's going to drown. So I'm like, what the fuck? So it ain't coming from my apartment, because I know Jose ain't going to be calling my sister names. He knows I don't play that shit. So he knows to watch his mouth around me, so he ain't going to say any of that shit. So I know it ain't coming from my apartment, money. So it has to be coming from outside, someone's TV, you know, something, someone arguing outside. I don't know. So I disregard it. And I keep on fixing my bed, money. But then I hear it again, money, while I'm on the other side of my bed next to my door. And now it sounds like it's in my apartment, G. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds like it doesn't sound like it's the TV. You know what I mean? At the time, money, I had some red sweats on, no shirt with some Godfathers on. And I popped my door open. When I pop my door open, homie, this vato has a gun to my sister's head, money, telling her to get the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? And she's fucking scared, money. She's telling this dude that her baby's going to drown. And I don't know if this guy understood. The baby's 3 months, and the baby's in one of those those small little bed things, money, that you put up in the bathtub so that you can bathe them and shit, right? Use a little cup to clean them up and shit like that, right? Take the soap off and all that type of shit. There's one of them type of things, money, where if the water goes up to a certain point, maybe the baby can start floating in the water and just basically drown. You know what I'm saying? This fucking dude had blood disregard, did not give a fuck if there was a baby in there drowning, money. This motherfucker had a tattoo here, a red got bird, and some motherfucking shit around his arm. You know what I'm saying? And when I see this person, you know what I'm saying, I look at him, I'm like, what the fuck? I said, what the fuck? Fuck you doing in my house, motherfucker? And he was like, what? I said, you came in the wrong motherfucking house today, you bitch ass motherfucker. And he points the gun at me. Before he puts the gun right into my face, money, I already punched him. You know what I'm saying? Because in my head, there's no time. I'm not giving this guy a chance to put the gun directly into my face. You know what I'm saying? So I started swinging, money. As soon as I started swinging, money, this fool ends up fucking hitting the ground. I end up stomping him out, smashing on him. I check this woo wop and it's empty. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm fucking this fool up, he's yelling for his homie. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying his homie's name and everything, money. Right? He's yelling for this fucking dude. help me, help. So the guy yells out, if you don't fucking stop, motherfucker, I'll shoot him. And he cocks his gun, right? So now I know he's locked and loaded, money. You feel me? But I tell his ass, fuck that dude. Shoot him, motherfucker. I don't even like his motherfucking ass. Motherfucker, fuck you. And I keep on beating the shit out of his boy, right? His boy fucking finally knocks the fuck out. He's fucking scared. You know what I'm saying? And with this fight, I smacked this fool with his woo-wop a couple times. You know what I'm saying? And he passed out. I'm looking for my nephew though. When y'all know my nephew's 1 year old. I don't know if he's hiding under the bed. I don't know if he's asleep. I don't know if he's in the living room. I don't know if he's over there with his dad, you know, on the floor. I don't know. So I'm looking for him. You know what I'm saying? And by this time, money, I walk around because I already had told my sister to fucking close the door and lock it. You know what I'm saying? And I walk out to the living room. When I walk out to the living room, this other dude, tall, skinny looking, weird motherfucker, right? He had a fucking gun, money, to Jose's head. You know what I'm saying? Saying, fuck this motherfucker, I'll fucking shoot him. You better fucking get down. So I tell him, man, you know what? Fuck you, motherfucker. You get me down. You fucked up today, motherfucker. You're fucking dead, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I know who the fuck you are. I know where you live. I know who the fuck I live. Your whole family, motherfucker. You're fucking dead. You fucking piece of shit. You fucked up today. This motherfucker was spooked, money. His fucking lips are shaking. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm doing all this, the other little short, dark dude, he wakes up, money, and comes around and gets next to his friend like his friend's going to protect him. You know what I'm saying? At this time, this guy grabs the gun and he cocks it again, money. Now I know that this guy got an empty gun too. But there's two of them. Jose's on the floor, scared. Now keep in mind, money, when all this shit's happening, I guess Jose had woken up when I had told the dude, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. I don't like him anyway. Shoot him. He passed out again, money. You know what I'm saying? That's how fucking freaked out he was, my boy. That's what I'm saying. That's what I know for a fucking fact. That not every single man is going to do what I did, money, because this motherfucker laid down and he was scared to death. He got diabetes after this shit, my boy. Spooked. You know what I'm saying? STD, scared to motherfucking death. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, like I said, money, for me, that's what I'm saying. It's a different level. Yeah, because I was willing to get shot if I have to get shot. It's like when I was in prison, I was willing to get stabbed if I had to get stabbed. You feel me? Before I start stabbing and jump the gun, I'm not going to get scared of stabbing everybody. I'm going to let these motherfuckers stab me at least one time. Let them pull out first, and then I'm going to protect myself, and then I'm just going to go motherfucking caveman, savage, Viking, Aztec, all kinds of different shit. And all my lives, baby, and one, I'm going to fucking go off on somebody. Or on more than one person. I don't give a fuck. You feel me? But when I was there, money, and these fucking dudes were like that in my house, money, like I said, I put myself in danger 1,000 times going to these Sudanese neighborhoods, money. I could have got shot, I could have got stabbed, I could have never came out to some of these fucking things. But I did it constantly, consistently, all the fucking time. So that just goes to say, money, that one thing for sure is I didn't give a fuck about my life, money. But my nephew, my niece, and my carnada, homie, I am not going to let nothing happen to them. By all means necessary, I'm going to fucking whack fools out, money. I give a fuck. And if I have to get shot behind trying to get these people out my house, so be it. I will get fucking shot, money. I don't give a fuck. You feel me? So I tell this fucking dude, after I let him know that he was fucking dead, that they ain't fucking leaving the apartment, you ain't going nowhere, motherfucker. We're in the fucking graveyard, you fucking piece of shit. These fools, like I said, they were scared, money. So as this is all happening, money, I make it all the way to the kitchen area, money. I open the drawer and I start reaching for the knife. And we got like 6 knives with all the same handles, money. So I didn't get the butcher knife. I got another knife, you know what I'm saying? But I fucking felt the fucking handle. I grabbed that, money. And when I grabbed the comal, money, because the comal, that's some hardcore karate chops, money. I grabbed the comal, I smacked it against all the Oyas, money. So it made a bunch of noise where I'm yelling at these fools, you're fucking dead! And I fucking run towards these motherfuckers and just start swinging with the knife and with the comal, money. And they're fucking throwing their arms up, trying to walk away. They run towards the door, money. As they grab the door and try to open it, I run behind them and I kick the fucking door back closed, money. And tell them, you fucking motherfuckers ain't going nowhere, motherfucker. Now, keep in mind, I wanted these motherfuckers out of my house. But I wanted them to think that I didn't want them out of my house. I want them in a fucking graveyard. I want you in a fucking box. I want you fucking under the motherfucking dirt. I want you to fucking make best friends with the fucking worms. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want these motherfuckers to feel and think in their fucking head, money. You know what I'm saying? And believe me, money, they were fucking freaked out. They finally get out the fucking door, money. When one gets out the door, the other one's behind the money. I kick him behind his foot, money. He falls down, grabs his other homie by his 2 legs. That dude falls down. I end up stopping both of them out, money. I'm fucking these fools up, G. As I'm fucking these fools up, you know what I'm saying? One gets up, starts running down the stairs. They fucking run down. I run behind them, money. It's raining outside. My godfathers came up. I'm barefooted, money. I'm in socks, money. So I'm running towards these dudes. This dude tries to jump into the caddy, money. You feel me? He tries to jump into the caddy and take off. But I didn't let him. Right before he can even get into the car, we tried to open the door. I'm already fucking taking off on his ass right there. Bah, 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 bah. You know what I'm saying? He turns around, takes off running, money. As he runs a little bit, he gets away. I take my motherfucking concentration off of him and I run towards the fucking passenger dude who's trying to get in the car, but he's so stupid that the passenger one was fucking locked. So when the driver had to get in order to unlock for the passenger, so he's standing there like a stupid fuck. You know what I'm saying? So then I run up and start taking off on him, money. You know what I'm saying? As I'm fucking this fool up, they come around the corner hella fast. When I turn around to see who it was, the dude took off running. Well, ended up being Jose. He got the fuck up finally. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, one of our neighbors, he pulled up in his Yukon and they started chasing these fools. I decided to go back to the house because I have my sister and the kids. I want to make sure everybody's okay. They ended up chasing these dudes into some backyards. You know what I'm saying? And they ended up catching one of them, the little short, ugly, dark one, right? And they fucking start beating the fuck out of him. I guess those people at that house called the cops. So the cops ended up going over there. When the cops go over there, they grab all three of them, handcuff them or whatnot. This little short, fat dude, money, he starts saying everything, money. He tells the cops who was with them, who sent them, why they did it, what I had, all kinds of shit. And the guy, I guess he stabbed. So he said the guy stabbed me, the one at that house, and that he has shit that we came to get. It's in his room. You know, all that type of shit. So I'm like, what the fuck? So he gave him all the information, bro. So Jose hears everything. Jose comes back, says that, you know, this guy was saying sorry. They told us you guys were Sureños. You know what I'm saying? Whoop, nine those words. You know what I'm saying? And then the people who sent them, I knew who they were. Money at the time, the dudes that were running the reg and a couple other dudes didn't like what I was doing, money, and they were trying to get homeboys to come and get credit from me, and then they were telling them not to pay them back. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. And that was these dudes at the time. They were running shit and they were doing that faulty ass shit. You know what I'm saying? So they sent these people into my house with my kids, my sister's kids, and everything, money. To basically come in there and try to rob us, money. You know what I'm saying? On some old punk ass bullshit because, like I said, at this time, money, I'm in all the clubs, money. I'm at Music in the Park. I'm on the east side. I'm everywhere, money. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that wants it can get it. Anybody already knows what's up. All invitations are motherfucking welcome. You know what I'm saying? You don't even got to take a number. You know what I'm saying? There's space for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, my boy, these motherfuckers, money, I start fucking them up, homie. They fucking bounce out. These dudes catch them. The cops got them now. So now this dude's telling the cops everything. That what they told them to do, where we were at, what they did, what kind of car, the other guy that got away. Okay, he told them everything. Jose comes back, tells me everything. The cops come to our house, money, ask questions, whatever. We give them limited information, money, because we didn't know what was going on. We didn't know anything. All we know is people came in our house. You know what I'm saying? We don't know nothing else. That's it. We don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? I made sure that my sister kept it short. Jose kept it short. You know what I'm saying? And that was it, money. The pigs left. You feel me? And then they come back, money. I leave. I gotta go to work. So I leave. When I come back home, money, there's fucking 10 cops outside, cop cars. There's a narc inside there, and he's in there talking to my sister and her old man. Showing them pictures, asking them questions, asking if they see me stab the dudes. You know what I'm saying? And all that kind of shit, right? And I'm listening through the kitchen window. So then when I come in the house, I already knows what he's asking. So I tell her, hey, go the fuck in the room. So I tell my sister and her old man to go in the fucking room. Go in you guys' fucking room. I let them know, I say, hey, look, man, this is my motherfucking apartment. It ain't theirs. They're renting a fucking room. You're in violation. You can't just come in my motherfucking house. I don't give a fuck if they welcomed you in here. You can't come in my motherfucking house. Get the fuck out of my house. He's like, what's your fucking problem? I heard you asking them if I stabbed anybody, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Why do you have all my knives out for? We're taking the knives. They said you stabbed them. Motherfuckers came in my house with guns. What do you mean? I'm protecting my family. What the fuck are you talking about? So we talked to the San Jose Police Department. They said you're the leader of a gang. They said this. They said that. Man, I don't give a fuck what they said. Fuck them. Motherfucker, what the fuck? Motherfucker, we the victims. People came in our motherfucking house with guns. And you're going to be here taking my knives to my motherfucking house, come here interrogating my sister, asking a bunch of fucking questions to see if you could get them to fucking incriminate me? You know what I mean? What the fuck you talking about, dude? That fucking dude that you guys caught, Jose already came back and said that dude said everything to your fucking police officers. He already told them everything. He told them who it was, who he was with, what kind of car they were driving, who sent them, who he thought he was coming for, all that shit. He told the cops already. Told the cops all that shit. So why the fuck are you here asking questions for? If you all fucking already know, why do you got pictures out? If you think that's him and it's him, then why the fuck are you over here asking us fucking questions? That guy said the fucking names already. What the fuck you doing in my house? He said, well, he said that you got stuff in your room and we want to search your room. I said, man, fuck you. You ain't searching my room. I ain't on probation and I ain't on parole. And I know my rights. You know what I'm saying? I'm exercising my rights. You cannot search my motherfucking room. He said, well, Jose's on probation. I said, I don't give a fuck he's on probation. I got a lock on my motherfucking door. Jose don't have access to my motherfucking room. He's not allowed in my room. There's a lock on my motherfucking door. Did you understand that? Therefore, he has no access to my room. Therefore, you have no right to search my motherfucking room. We were the fucking victims. Get the fuck out of my house. And he thought bringing more cops was going to scare me. Fuck that. Get the fuck out of my house. You know what I'm saying? And the motherfuckers leave, money. You know what I mean? But that was like something, like I said, money, for us to go through that whole little thing, money, where these dudes were in my house, fool. These fools were spooked, money. Spooked, G. You know what I'm saying? And regardless if I poke one of these motherfuckers, homie, they had it coming. You know what I'm saying? And for them to try to throw it off on me, saying I poked somebody and all kinds of shit. And at the time, they had another little fake ass case on me, money. They've been trying to watch me, G. And then when they come into my house, you know, they try to make me like I'm the criminal. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking crazy shit, my boy. And this is the kind of shit I'm talking about I have to deal with when it comes to the motherfucking law enforcement, these motherfucking crooked ass cops, money. All these little fucking games, G. You know what I'm saying? Like, the cops over there didn't know me, money. I didn't cause no motherfucking problems. You know what I'm saying? Where I had cops getting called on me and shit, money. People came in my house. You know what I mean? People had my sister on the ground. Imagine your sister with a gun in her head, money. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do when two dudes walk in your fucking house with guns, money? And tell you to get the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know who these people are, money. You take a chance to rape your sister. And you're sitting there on the floor like a pussy. You feel me? I can't let it happen. I just can't. I refuse, baby. I refuse. You know what I'm saying? I watch all those old movies, money, where they have, you know, a bunch of head they all in the cotton fields and they're fucking raping one of the girls and all the dudes are just watching. Like, that's the kind of shit that there's certain people like me and a lot of other people that are under the same circumstances that have to deal with a lot of the same type of shit that go all fucking out, money, that just won't allow that. You know what I'm saying? They'd rather fucking get their head blown off first, money. And like I said, money, I just thought it was a different level for me because I was willing to die for my sister, my niece, and my nephew, money. I was willing to take a fucking bullet. You know what I'm saying? To get these people out of my house, money, by all means necessary. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get more ballsy, money, because I thought the first guy's gun was empty, so it's possible the second guy's gun. You never know. The motherfucker from the first guy, he might have bullets in his pocket. I don't know. You know what I mean? I just know that these dudes told them that we were Southsiders, money. And the only reason why I know who it was because I ended up in the county jail later with this Vato lefty from the north side who had told me that the homies told him to do whatever you can to borrow shit, you know, to get shit, you know, get fronted from cheeks and then keep the shit and don't give him nothing back. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? And that was the dudes that were running the shit at the time, money, and they were playing that little game. The thing about it is I was everywhere, like I said, money, and ain't nobody never tell me shit. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody have funk, they already know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't give a fuck who anybody. At the time, back then, we were fucking 200 deep in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody wanting none. You know what I'm saying? I had motherfucking caravans. I could just bat. I sent motherfuckers out on fucking ghost hunts, money. Go get people. You know what I'm saying? Bring them back, dead or alive. You know, type of shit. I'm just saying, that's how we had it for a little bit. It was fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of solid ass hit there. I don't know how it is now. Like I said, I ain't been involved in my warrior for a very long time, money. You know what I'm saying? So my stories are hella old, money, and I'm not here to glorify anything when it comes to all this gangbang shit. You know what I'm saying? I fucked up a lot of my life for a long time. But I was also prepared for a lot of things in my life, money. A lot of things I was prepared for because of the struggles from foster homes. And you imagine you go to foster homes for 4 or 5 years when you're away from your family and these people are beating you up and treating you like you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? So you already start at an early age by yourself. A very early age. You know what I'm saying? And then by the time you go into juvenile halls and you get older and the homeboys don't like your hood, so now you're still by yourself fighting with both sides. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's a crazy life, money. You know what I'm saying? But like I said though, you know, when these dudes came into my house with guns, money, I did not hesitate to react the way I did. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the only way I know how to react to everything and anything, money. You know what I'm saying? I'm a humble person. That's what people say, oh, you don't got a humble bone. Shut the fuck up. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a humble ass person, money. What's humble to you? What, being a pussy? No. Humble, money, is someone who respects everybody the same way. Humble is someone that's not going to think they're better than the next person because they got better clothes, better, you know, house, better fucking, you know, a bigger bank account, fucking a better life, all that type of shit. Being humble is knowing you got all these things, but you still treat everybody exactly the same, money. You still show love. You still fucking get out your car and help somebody out if they need help, money. Even if you get fucking dirty. You know what I'm saying? That's humble, money. You know what I'm saying? But me bowing down to people, that'll make you humble, money. And like I said before, man, ain't no one ever done nothing to me, you know what I'm saying, that I couldn't deal with. If I want to grab somebody, I will. That's what motherfuckers don't know. It's so funny how these guys all act real fucking tough and they all got something to say. But I can guarantee you, I promise you, that if these people see me in the streets, they will not say a fucking damn thing. And if they did, it'd be one of the mistakes of their life. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to learn from your mistakes. And one thing about this life is you got to watch out who you fuck with. Because you can really make a bad mistake and fuck with the wrong person that'll fuck with your whole fucking shit. Fuck your whole shit up. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, my stories are all real, money. 2 fucking dudes ran in my house, money, with guns. You know what I'm saying? Tatted up. And they both got fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Let this be a fucking warning to anybody, man. Like I said, just because, like I said, I'm not going to bother trying to clean my shit up or anything. That don't mean I ain't no motherfucking straight soldado. That don't mean I ain't no motherfucking guerrero, homie. That don't mean I ain't ready for motherfucking war. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to, I'll be 80 years old ready. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way I am, money. Like I say, I tell people over and over, I'm institutionalized, my boy. I'm always, I still wake up at 5 in the morning every fucking single day. You know what I'm saying? I do a bunch of shit just like I was still in the beat, and I've been out 10 years. You know what I'm saying? It's just a part of me, money. That's how I grew up. You know what I'm saying? But I learned a lot of things in this life, money, behind everything I had to go through. I never just fucking went through something or went to go do time and then came back exactly the same way. I was 10 times smarter. You know what I'm saying? As far as I go. You know what I'm saying? Because I was always educating myself, money. I always pushed the limits. Push the limits, baby. You know what I'm saying? And having all money, when I walked up behind the homie Danny Boy from Portersville, I didn't have to walk up behind him. I could have stood behind like everybody else and let the Sureños, the Southsiders from LA or Orange County beat the fuck out of him. And then we would act like we didn't know what was going on and the homeboys would ask questions later and everybody would have been okay with it. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't allow that shit, money. I walked behind them knowing that I'm going to get fucked up because there's a whole bunch of these cats in the little bit and the homies that we do got, they're kind of scary. You know what I'm saying? And there was homeboys money there at that beat down homie that when the shit was going to pop money, we let people know. And what they were doing was waiting like the 5-minute unlock to go in the last minute money. I think they have to grab something and then stay inside. That way they're not there when the shit kicks. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of little fucking weak ass shit money, but I'm one of them dudes that held it down money and I knew what was coming with the program, baby. I could have got stuck. Anything could have happened. There was a lot of hint that they were there. You know what I'm saying? So, with that said, money, like I said, my whole life, money, I've taken lots of risks, money. I put myself in danger 1,000 times running into these Southside neighborhoods and everything, money. Not giving a fuck though. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the life I had, the life I've lived, I have many, many, many regrets. There's a lot of things I would have done different. Yes, I have become the person that I've become, money, and it's made me who I am. It's made me appreciate shit a lot more. It made me appreciate life. You know what I'm saying? I've been blessed plenty of times with my kids and, having a good wife and a good life, money, that, something that I could have been in prison forever, money. I could have been in there still not giving a fuck. Still not realizing that life has a lot more to offer, money, that I wasted a lot of my life for a bunch of different bullshit. But I know that there's always something always happens it's a reason for reasons, money. Everything always happens for reasons, my boy. And if I had to go through all these things in my life, but in the next 10, 15, 20 years, I can help a lot of people change their lives, change my life, make my life for my kids a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Just change this whole generational bullshit and make sure that my next generation is going to be wealthy and live a good life and be able to take care of their families without any struggle, as I had to deal with. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever push none of this gang shit on my nephews. I don't push this shit. I would never push no bullshit on my kids. You know what I'm saying? I would never dress my kids up like no cholos and, and anybody wants to do that shit, that's on them. I said I wouldn't do that. I want my kids to be a lawyer, a politician, someone's going to make a fucking difference, a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Someone's going to save lives. Someone's going to do something in this life. I was going to be, like I said, they gave me 36 years, 85%. I got 10 years. I got back out. But I was supposed to be washed. You know what I'm saying? Thank God for George Palacios, rest in peace, money, Bob Lyons. People came, you know what I'm saying, and helped me so that I could continue living my life in this type of way, money, being free. You know what I'm saying? But just always know that you're always going to, you always want to better your life, money, but there's always somebody, there's always prowlers, money. There's still those lions, those tigers, those, you know what I'm saying, and evil bastards moving around. So sometimes you got to stay evil, money. You got to stay dangerous. You got to stay, savagely, money. You got that motherfucking creature that's in you. You can never let that motherfucker leave, money. You know what I'm saying? Even being a good guy, a family man, you still want to be motherfucking nasty and ready to go, money. That beast don't ever leave, money. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, money, not a lot of men would have reacted the way that I did. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't have smashed. They wouldn't have fucking spooked these fools. I let that fool know when I walked into that living room, money, and he looked at me and I let him know that he was fucking dead, money. That his family's fucking dead. I know who he's from. I know who he is. I mean, these motherfuckers, they believe me, money. These fools were fucking spooked, G. And I can guarantee you that they changed their careers as far as running in people's houses, money. And like I said, these vatos got lucky that one only got poked. They should have both got poked, should have fucking poked their fucking eyes out. You know what I'm saying? It was unfortunate that they got away. It was unfortunate that that's all that happened to these fucking cats, money. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, my boy, how many of you would have reacted the same way, money? By all means necessary. And don't lie to yourself. Keep it 100. When motherfuckers walk up with guns, the average people get the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. There's a good percentage of gente that are going to fight back. They just are tired of shit. But you have to go through a certain type of life. And you got to go through certain types of things. You had to see certain kind of things in order for this to be in you, money. You feel me? To it, like I said, it's different level shit. You know what I'm saying? And just know, money, you never know. Just always be ready, money. You know what I'm saying? Always be ready to go. And just know, money, like I said, I don't say any of my motherfucking stories to degrade, belittle, down anybody, money. I'm just telling you the straight truth. I know a lot of men that would have laid down. I know a lot of men that wouldn't have had the motherfucking audacity to start swinging at somebody with a gun pointed at them. But when you go through certain things, dangerous things in your life, money, near-death experiences over and over and over, money, you know, at some point in your life, you don't give a fuck. And I was at those stages in my life where nothing mattered. It didn't care if I went to jail forever. It didn't matter if I killed somebody. It didn't matter if I get caught. It didn't matter. Don't get me wrong, I want to get away with as much as possible because that's the whole point of being a fucking criminal. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you got to know what you're doing. And I've always been one to think of everything out, money. I'll plan the whole shit out within minutes. And I'll take people with me that won't even know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? They have no idea what just happened. You know what I'm saying? But there's certain ways to do shit, like I said, money. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't here to say that if you laid it down when people came in your house with guns, that you a pussy and you're not a man. I'm just saying that there's certain kind of people, type of people that refuse, money, will refuse by all means necessary and attack mode, baby, because you got a bunch of different kinds of dogs. Then you got pit bulls. You know what I'm saying? You got German Shepherds, you got Dobermans, and sometimes you just never know when you have that dog that's been bitten and has rabies, money. I'm one of those kind of dogs, money. It's been Cujo type of motherfucker, money. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave you with that, money. I'm gonna leave you with that. And